Who the fuck even knows, mate? Who the fuck? 5'4". Who the fuck? 5'4". Who the fuck knows? Who the fuck knows? Oh, 5'4". 5'4". Who knows? 5'4". 5'4". Who the fuck knows? Who the fuck knows? What is even happening here? What's even happening? What is even happening? What is even? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I'm wrong about everything. Let's go. I'm wrong about everything. I'm right about everything. What? Say what? Give it a minute. Give it a minute. Alright, let's give it a minute. Give it a minute. Mike. Give it a minute. Check. Itchy butthole, check. Itchy butthole, check. The best kind of butthole is an itchy one. Oh, the best kind of butthole is an itchy butthole. The best kind of butthole. The best kind of butthole is an itchy one. Hemorrhoid cream. Who needs it? Hemorrhoid cream. Who needs it? The best kind of butthole is an itchy one. How does this work, man? And what's the right amount? Because I don't have. It's like a child. I'm like a child on a rusty tricycle. Like a trailer park child on a rusty tricycle. But I'm using tools that that professional people like Steve Lookner uses OBS. Steve Lookner, colleague of Norm Macdonald. Steve Lookner, Agenda Free TV. Steve Lookner uses OBS, and it is amazing. It is amazing. But I struggle with the extras, the extra stuff. Like, I don't have microphones. I used to have all this shit. I used to have a whole fucking studio set up. You fucking cunts. As if. Green screen. I purchased green fabric. Dude, I was like, yeah. I wasn't ready. I'm still not ready. I'm still not ready. I'll never be ready. I'll never be. You fucks. Let's try that again. You have sold the sham, stolen me. All your mental armor breaks me down. We can't breathe when we come around. All your mental armor breaks me down. Nothing hurts like gay. That's gay. See, and if I had the proper tools, I would record that shit myself. All your metal. I gotta. Excuse me. I gotta get all your metal. Oh yeah, I gotta do the Gavin grunge. The Gavin grunge. All your metal armor drags me down. We can't breathe when you come around. All your metal armor drags me down. When nothing hurts. That was for all the millennials who are wondering. I know nobody's watching this, so really it's for my mom. Hi, Mom. Anybody who might be watching, who's wondering why that was like a worm is in your head, it was the American Werewolf in Paris trailer. The American Werewolf in Paris trailer in the 90s. Or whenever the American Werewolf in Paris trailer. Let's go play Oh no, they're gonna fucking fuck it. They're gonna fuck it. Can't do that. See if it exists. Let's see if it even exists. Am I still streaming? Hello? Hello? This is Patel calling from the Social Security office? What the cunt? Use another account. Use your mother's account. What? YouTube is a good place to start because why? Because I've been going full balls to the walls, Bally to the Wally, Bally to the Wally, Wally to the Wally. Wow. I don't understand. That is a young guy who does not understand, and he just did it. He just did it because he doesn't understand. He behaved like he doesn't understand what he's doing. His expression was, "Why am I doing this?" And it is literally launching a single nuke. That took you fucking long enough. Jiminy Christmas. Look at that common history item, try-on haul. See, you don't even need. Should I click it? You don't even need pornographic websites. It's among my most frequent try-on haul is women trying on clothes. And in many cases, the search results will be see-through clothing or thin clothing. And if you're not sexually depraved, a nice scroll through YouTube for a try-on haul. Let's get back to normal, please. Let's get the porn websites to go bankrupt. Learn Irish accent fast. Or I did. There are a couple good ones on there. It was. I already forgot them. Learn Irish. Learn Irish accent. I'm going to. DTFH, of course. And then this guy is the one. No, but I was looking for what? American Werewolf. Can you get a copyright strike? For playing a fucking trailer? Only one way to find out. I'm not going to. I'm not going to. Umbrella Entertainment. Interesting. Yeah, and then the soundtrack. Yeah. Full moon party. And because of my experience over the past 5 years, I'm like, are the fuck past 10 years really? Like Tucker Carlson in that speech is like, is the Yeti real? Like, what the fuck else is possible? What else is fucking possible? I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna fucking tell you. I'm gonna go to this guy. So who the fuck is this guy? What is going on? What is going on? You know, the word apocalypse is... So I'm gonna click on him. He's gathered even more subscribers, allegedly. Wait, look at this. In his Foundation series, Isaac Asimov proposed that the science of psychohistory will help humanity understand its past, predict its future, and control its present. Psychohistory. This channel is dedicated to exploring if psychohistory is indeed possible. This channel seeks to answer the following questions. 1. What models, theories, and paradigms help us best understand world history? 2. What does history teach us about our current predicament? And 3. How much of the future can be predicted? Fascinating. Now, what he's doing is he's just doing his thing. He's doing his thing. He's teaching a class, right? And he's teaching in a particular way that is fascinating because of that. Because of the ease with which and the audacity with which he presents information without making claims. He makes sure to stop in the middle. He's like, I'm not saying this is true. I'm just telling you an idea. It's in the realm of Gnostic anarchy. That's what this guy is teaching. And it's fascinating. He's like, I'm not here to tell you anything. I'm just giving you information. You decide. This is information. This is information that you can find in anywhere on the internet. And one of the most recent, 2 days ago, Secret History number 10. Scroll down. This most recent one. What I do is I steal his audio and listen to it whenever I get the chance throughout the day. And in this one in particular, there were moments of explanatory, because he goes into all the secret society stuff. He has a whole process of just everything up into the violation of taboos, into the things that they practice. What is the relevance of the secret societies, the Illuminati, the Freemasons, and the whatnots and the what have you, to me personally, and then to the world at large. So there's a couple of things. First of all, I want to fact check him on. So it is true that things that statements he makes in here, like the obsession, the numerological obsessions. And if you haven't gotten into the obsessions that he doesn't say this, but they're practitioners of magic. If you don't know anything about occultism and magic practicing, that just do some cursory, like, go to Esoterica on YouTube. This guy. YouTube is a fantastic resource for any esoterica, right there at the top. Talks about Gnosticism, talks about magic, talks about the Key of Solomon. What is the Star of David? Is that Jewish? Generally speaking, it's also a very thoroughly used. All you got to do is look up, not septogram, hex, shex, hexagram in magic, and I'm sure there's thousands of results. There's gotta be. An examination of the hexagram and magic. Lee Johnson, 716 views. The hidden power of the Saturn hexagram ritual. Israel. Yeah, all this stuff. And all of it's related. So the 33, by the way, there's 3 points to a triangle, 3 sides to a triangle. 33. The Israeli flag is 2 intersecting triangles. It's a hexagram. It's 33. 3 on top of 3. 33. Or 6. Or 66. They love this stuff. And it is interesting. You can see why they love this stuff, because it's interesting. Especially as it pertains to the way that reality is constructed, the way that the physical world was made manifest by God in 6 days. Like we went over this the other day. It took 6 days to create the world. 6. On the 7th day was the day of rest. And there's a lot of very particular stuff. And he goes into this what is his name? I should call him by his name. Predictive history guy. Well, I should call him by his name. What's his real name? He doesn't give it on here, does he? Professor, he's got 20 million views. Allegedly. He's allegedly in Canada. Allegedly, he joined 2 years ago. Who is it? I don't know. It's a thing that I can go to on YouTube. Can you? He talks about a lot of stuff in this latest video. The JFK assassination, which was in 1963, 1369, 1963, 693, 369. He talks about the moon landing, which was in 1969, 1969. What a lot of people don't mention in all this speculative numerology stuff is the significance of 2, the number 2. And I don't know, I don't personally, it comes up a lot. 1-1, like 11, Twin Towers, 1-1, that stuff comes up a lot. Which is so you have 1 plus 1 equals 2, and then you have 11, which is, there's something about 11 as well. 2 and 11. So 9/11 was an inside job. I mean, 9/11 was that a Freudian slip? Special numerological whatever. And just go look at the interesting things about this predictive history guy is how he talks about why it is that, like, the explanations that he gives for, or the hypotheses that he gives for why it is that the information becomes available to us, because they could just not give you the information, which is what happens with me. Anybody who's watching this, and like the fact of my being sequestered away, the evidence that they push, what they do is they conceal, hide, and what happened in 2020 with the George Floyd banner that I posted in Lawrence, Kansas, in defense of the freedom of speech, and would happily do it again. My name is Ryan Lee Von Swift I posted an image of George Floyd with a noose around his neck. The noose was being held by the Black Lives Matter fist, as to signify that Black Lives Matter was behaving like a lynch mob. I subsequently started a Twitter account that was called Black Lives Matter is a Lynch Mob. With one phrase, I was able to dispel into with one utterance, a single utterance, Black Lives Matter is a lynch mob, to dissolve the entirety of their magical psyop fucking situation. Because had that gone popular, they deliberately suppressed it, which is the evidence, all the evidence you need. Something like that did not become a global viral fucking event, because they were able to stop it. The organic nature of anything on the internet going viral over co-opted means like YouTube, like Facebook, like Twitter, like Instagram, everything that is viral and popular. I don't know what TikTok's doing. I don't understand TikTok. I don't want to. I think there's something else going on with TikTok. But, and maybe, I don't know. Maybe it was not quite yet captured at some point. I have no idea. And I don't know if it's captured or not. I don't care at this point. But the fact that they were able to stop it, they were able to delete Reddit threads, they were able to insert search bot protocols for anyone who went to search for what happened in Lawrence, Kansas that day. And to this day, you cannot go online at the library or where the library's website and find the fucking Lawrence Journal World's printed media coverage of the event. Nor would you be able to find now at this point evidence that I had corresponded with Lawrence Journal World on a couple of occasions. That my correspondence with Lawrence Journal World and my account with Lawrence Journal World at the time precipitated even greater, let's say, psychological perturbances. All of the things I did in 2020 were within my rights as a citizen of the United States. Every single thing I did. Anyway, I don't want to. Well, maybe yes, because the significance of me as a person delves into this numerology stuff. So 2020. Why was 2020 planned the way that it was? 2020. That's why. Nobody ever talks about the number 2. They talk about 6s and 9s and fucking all this stuff, but the number 2, is the one that does not get discussed, because it is the highest. I don't want to say the highest. It's there's something really profoundly significant about the number 2, and about the binary, the 2 being binary, 0 and 1, heaven and earth, God and Satan, all of this stuff. That's why they don't touch the number 2, because what it does is it moves the mind of people who are interested in these things. It moves their mind towards the truest of realities, which is what we're living through, is the attempt to unify, to collapse the binary. What we're living through is a concerted effort by very powerful entities, a concerted effort by powerful entities to, make two become one. To turn two into one. And there's a lot of effort being made in quantum computing, for instance. Like you have qubits versus bits. And there's this illusory something. I actually didn't even want to get into this. I want to talk more about numerology. So one of the claims that he makes is that there's a lot of major cities that are on the 33-degree latitude line. So I want to confirm that, or they're close to. Where would I do that? Where would I do that? I'm still mad that there's no .com. Map of cities and latitude. And latitude. Give me a fucking map. You need to do exactly what I said. Right fucking now. Bite Muse? Huh? $2015? Okay, maybe. Can I open this? Can you give it to me, baby? 33 north is what he was saying. So 35 north. So 35, so that's 35 north. You can barely see it. Valletta? And then he said that Dallas was on 35 north, or 33 north. He also said that the New Mexico test site, the Trinity site, was on 33 north. Wait, what the fuck? Los Angeles and San Diego are around 33 north. Atlanta is around 33 north. No. Dude, this map is retarded. So if they're backwards, interesting. What else? No, I don't trust you. I don't. I love how this hat appears. You'll never guess. You'll have to do some scientific research to guess what the actual color is of this hat. The actual real life color. Because my tint settings have like inverted it. Can I click this one? What happens? What happens, Larry? What happens? Batch Geo. Cities around the world by latitude and longitude. Can you just give me a fucking map that has the... Does a Google map have a fucking... Maps.google.com maps.google.com. Do they show it? Oh no, where did it go? Give me a second here. I gotta find this out. We gotta figure this shit out. They don't. What a bunch of gay. Is there an add-on for it? We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Come on, bitch. Come on, cunt. Sidebar. No. Meow. What about over here? I'm losing my patience. Oh, looky there. Okay. So it shows it if you push a point, put a point. Okay, so it does. I fucking knew that. Okay, so Dallas is on 32.77. Okay, what else did he say? He said the Trinity site was on 33. Trinity site. New Mexico. Where is it? What? I don't like slow things. Which is why I have to imagine myself as being in 1997 again. And then I go, whoa, it's so fast! Look how fast it is! If you grew up in 1997, if you lived in the world in 1997 and experienced the internet in 1997, you're like, oh my god, this is so cool! Where's the longitude and latitude, bitch? Where's the longitude and latitude, bitch? Excuse me, bitch. Okay, let's just fucking... Wow, it's so fast! 33! Look at that shit! You can't see it because I'm in the way. 33. Okay. It shows up at the bottom. Now, let's go to Nagasaki. Saganaki. Is it Nagasaki? I used to make a joke about... Hi. I used to work at a Greek restaurant when we had something called flaming cheese. Flaming cheese, also called Saganaki. Saganaki. And I always used to teach people that the best way to remember that it's called Saganaki is because you blow it up like a fucking nuclear bomb. Which is not Saganaki, but Nagasaki. Isn't that amazing? I used to teach that. I used to teach that. This manager used to teach that to trainees. The best way to remember the name of the flaming cheese being Saganaki Saganaki, Nagasaki. Saganaki, Nagasaki. 33. Oh my god. He's telling the truth. What the fuck, bro? So they tested the fucking bomb at 33 latitude. And then exploded a city at 33 latitude. They killed a president at 33 latitude. In Dallas. In 1963. They love their 333s. And let's just do one more. Just in terms of confirmation because of what this guy was saying. Bethlehem. No, not Bethlehem. Jerusalem. Jerusalem. Isn't it called Jerusalem? The Jews Salem? Or something? Alright, here we go. Revelation of Method. 31. Ooh, you're off by 1. How much further? Oh, 31 and 35. Wait. It's 35 latitude. How far? Wait, so how close is the actual 33? Anyway, whatever. What else this guy does? And why they're Revelation? They're letting all this stuff out. Why now? Why now? Why are they They have the ability to not let this guy do this shit. Why are they letting it happen? They deliberately, in 2020, suppressed my shit because they didn't know what the fuck was going on. They're freaking out. But now, I don't know. Am I in public? I don't know. I have no fucking idea. Some weird shit going on with Tucker Carlson, that's for sure. I keep fucking saying shit on the internet, and then Tucker Carlson will have some odd some just particularly nuanced, coincidental something. I go out and I talk about Alex Jones pre-programming, and this motherfucker has Alex Jones on talking about pre-programming 2 days later. What the fuck? Or is it all like synchronic? Because there's stuff that I'm like talking about that this predictive history guy, what is his name? I'm gonna start calling him by his name. Professor Zhang. Professor Jinga Zhang Zhang. Professor Jing Shao Hua Teng Yu Ba Lui. Oh, he got a community notes. Ooh.
Speak moon landing. So 1969, July 20th,
yeah. The moon landing. November 22nd. November 22nd. 1122. Imagine someone who just is into all this stuff and then by coincidence has a child. Imagine somebody who's really into all this stuff and just by happenstance his first child is born on 1122-2012. Now, this is what I really wanted to get into. After I name him, what is his name? Beijing High School student, Professor Zhang. Professor Zhang. Love him. Revelation of Method. Okay, so it's true. So this, according to Google Maps, what he says is true. We're talking about numerology. I was talking about previously. So first of all, so me personally, what happens if you search for me? Have I been disappeared completely? You used to be able to search for my name, and my Twitter would pop up, and now it's not the case anymore. Or my brother's name. Cannot provide are the Vons. cannot provide a description for this page right now. Ronan. You know what's funny is this right here. It always stays. Should I be using Quora? Like, are they just independent, completely independent? Should I just go on there and be like, dude, hey everybody, hey guys? Because this I'm gonna click on it, is a response I gave to something. Watch, now that I'm revealing it to the co-manager, Lisa McNorth, lives in Lawrence, Kansas City, Brio Tuscan Grill, Lawrence Cheesecake Factory. Okay, why did Louis C.K. 2017 end the way it did? This was clearly intentional, either to suggest the existence of unreleased encore material, or for some other reason unknown. There's confirmation that he has a contract to release 2 specials with Netflix. No details whatsoever about the nature of the second, date or otherwise. Hope so. What? How did it end? I don't even remember writing this, but I have no doubt that I wrote it. I don't remember what was going on. You're a fucking liar, you stupid cunt. Go back to your fucking mother's cunt, you fucking whore. Now, wouldn't it be the case? Are there any numerological? I don't want to do this. How do I want to do this? What's true about me that you can't find on the internet? What is true? I was born in Lee Summit, Missouri. In Missouri. Missouri is thought to be the place where where Christ returns. In fact, there is, by the Mormons, Independence Mormon Temple, Independence, Missouri. And in fact, the hospital where I was born, it's called Temple Lot. The hospital where I was born is technically right on the fucking border of Independence, Missouri. That's not it. Is it Mormons? Mormons, Latter-day Saints. Was it? Who is that? Temple. Independence. Try harder. Temple Lot? It's not. Independence Temple. It is. Brave is just retarded. Hello? There it is. You see it? It's called The Temple. It's just called The Temple. In Independence, Missouri, is a house of worship and education dedicated to the pursuit of peace. It dominates the skyline of Independence and has become the focal point of the headquarters of the Community of Christ, formerly the Reorganized Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. The temple was built by the Community of Christ in response to a revelation presented at their 1984 World Conference by Church Prophet President Wallace B. Smith. The revelation was the culmination of instruction shared over the course of more than 150 years by prior prophet presidents recognized by the Community of Christ. groundbreaking for the temple began on April 6, 1990, and the completed structure was dedicated in 1994. The temple was designed, blah blah blah, spiral shell of a nautilus, yada yada. Okay. Spiral. The temple is regarded as a symbol of the church's mission, has long been closely associated with the denomination's developing theology of Zion, or the peaceable kingdom of God. First advocated as by Jesus Christ. Temple lot. Wallace Smith's great-grandfather and founder of the Latter-day Saint movement, Joseph Smith, visited Jackson County in 1831 and prophesied that a temple to the Lord would be built there. The early Latter-day Saints purchased 73 acres, the greater temple lot. At that time, a portion of the property is dedicated, blah, 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 blah. Am I mixing up? What am I mixing up? What am I getting wrong here? I swear that there's something about Christ returning to Missouri, or something. What am I missing? Was it Missouri? Okay, so Missouri and Mormonism. I'm not fucking crazy. I know there's something about Missouri and Mormonism. So first of all, they have that thing. I previously thought it was like something about that's where Christ returns. The Missouri Mormon War in 1838. What the fuck? It's a bloody history of Mormonism in Jackson County. I'm not a Mormon. I'm not even I'm not even a part of any fucking of your stupid. Not stupid, but like you failed because you're all sinners. You're all wicked, sexual fucking freaks, and I don't care for any of it. You got sex all wrong. There was something in Liberty too, wasn't there? I'm gonna find it. I know what the Mormons believe about Missouri, Mormon, Eden? Was it Eden? They thought the Garden of Eden was in Missouri? Is that what it is? Come on now, we can do this. Adam on the According to teachings derived from revelations attributed to Joseph Smith, the Garden of Eden is believed to be located in Jackson County, Missouri, with the future city of Zion, or New Jerusalem, expected to be built there. Holy fucking ballsack. Is that right? Okay, I knew I was onto something here. And why it took 3 tries. Contemporaries of Smith. I'm going to finish this before I run out of water. Adamondiaman, sometimes clipped to Diamond, historic site in Davies County, about 5 miles south of Jameson. According to the teachings of Mormons, it is the site where Adam and Eve lived after being expelled from the Garden of Eden. What? It teaches that the place will be the gathering spot for the meeting of the priesthood leadership and prior to the second coming of Jesus Christ. Okay. I'm glad I freaking got all that. Okay. Second coming of Jesus Christ. I knew there was correlations between them. I don't know why it was so hard to get there. Is there someone trying to stop it? So it took a while. So there's something about the second coming, Mormons, temple, independence. I was born there. I moved. Then my family moved to Texas, where I was raised. I was raised in northern Texas, which is the Lone Star State. What does the Lone Star State even mean? What is a Lone Star? Lone Star. What is the symbolism? What is the significance of the Lone Star? There's a Lone Star, Missouri. What the fuck? Where? Northwestern Texas. Northwest, Lone Star, Missouri. Interesting. There's a Lone Star, Kansas. Let me guess. Northeast? What the fuck, bro? Oh, wait a second. In Douglas County? What the motherfuck? Southwest Lawrence. I think yeah, that is right. You can drive K10. Oh my god. When Quantrill raised Lawrence, some of his men traveled down south and passed near Lone Star. Whoa. Okay, so I spent my Lone Star, Texas. I spent my childhood in northern Texas. As a concept, no. Texas is called the Lone Star State. Let's see. Some fucking homeless guy. Hello? What is the Lone Star? What's the Lone Star State? What's it mean? What's it mean? Something about independence and individualism. The Lone Star State is the nickname of Texas. refers to a single star on the 1836 flag of the Republic of Texas, symbolizing Texas' former status as an independent republic and its struggle for independence. Independence from the city of Independence. The single star also represents Texas's pride, unity, and independence. Independence. Missouri, independence as a concept. Independent. I do not need you. Individual. I am undivided. Undivided individual. Okay. Let's keep going. Isn't this fun? In 2002, I found God. I was a stupid piece of just, from the ages of 10 to 15, living with my mother as a derelict, as a fucking rebellious fucking derelict. Listening to Eminem, and Tupac, and Tool, everything from the most extreme rock to the extreme rap to the extreme fucking... I mean, I grew up in the 90s in Texas, so guess how much 90s country music I know and I love. Okay. When I was 15 years old, I was lying in darkness, wishing I was dead. Face down in a dilapidated meth house that no longer exists. It was razed to the ground. Wishing I was dead, because at that point I was homeless. Mother had given up everything. Like there's no hope. Mother had given up. My sister was had fled the savage reptile tongue of the woman who was a hebephile, was looking after me. I didn't know what to do, so I collapsed. I literally fell. I was just like, I didn't. It was a moment of intensity, and it was Easter weekend, and it was the weekend. It was the same. 2 days prior, I had stayed up reading the fucking Bible, reading the book of Matthew, and taking notes with a crayon because I was high on fucking meth. And then Sunday, Easter morning, so Good Friday, all that shit happened. Sunday, Easter morning is when all this fucking crazy shit happened, and she was coming down. I had already slept, but anyway, I think I left. I don't know what the fuck happened, but what in my body, what happened was this stuff from the Bible, the words and the fascination with the words and all the stuff that was in there, in the intensity of the moments of reading the Bible and of remembering all that, and then a voice coming into me like a flame, and that was my come to God moment. I was like, that's God. That's what this shit. It's imagine just being dark, the depths of absolute fucking chaos and darkness, and no fucking hope, nothing whatsoever, and you're all alone, and you have no idea, no reference, no nothing, and then suddenly someone else is there and telling you to get up. Whatever you believe, if you're sensory deprived, close your ears, close your eyes, dark, just nothing but your tinnitus, and you can't see anything, and then all of a sudden there's a voice, there's something that tells you to get the fuck up, and rushes into you through the memory of having just been 2 days prior fascinated by words and phrases and the red text in the Bible and all the fucking stuff. And getting high on that thing. That's what happened to me. That was in 2002, 2002. February. On Easter weekend 2002. Easter weekend 2002. Okay. I talked about this previously. Saturn being time, like Saturn being time, related to time. When is the Saturn return for, let's say, someone born? Because I was born again, right? I was 15. But a Saturn return for someone born in 2002. So 2030 to 2032, 2031 to 2033. If it was early, so 2032. Early to mid 2032, 2033. Interesting. Anyway, pick one. 2033. We're getting there. We're getting there. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Saturn return. Time. Saturn. Who is Saturn? Who is Saturn? And who is Saturn? Who the hell is Saturn? Who / what? What is Saturn? And what's that stuff got to do with time? With time. Stop fucking with time. Two short answers depending on what you mean. Astronomy. Saturn is the 6th planet from the Sun. A gas giant made mostly of hydrogen and helium. Yada yada. Orbits every 29.46 Earth years. That orbital period is what people refer to when they talk about a Saturn return. In astrology, Saturn is a symbolic planet associated with structure, responsibility, discipline, limits, testing, and maturity. Astrologers track Saturn's position through the zodiac and compare it to its position at your birth. When transiting, Saturn returns to that natal position roughly every 29 to 30 years. Astrologers interpret it as a major life milestone marking maturation. Why it's connected to time? 29 and a half years, well, symbolic reason. That period lines up with major adult life stages. Okay. What about the God, my bro? My dude. Saturn, the Roman god Saturn. Ancient Roman god of agriculture, sowing, and time. There it is, Saturn time. He's often equated with the Greek god Cronus. In Roman myth, he ruled the golden age of plenty. Later stories depict him as a titan who fathered Jupiter. Ooh, interesting. A titan who fathered Jupiter. Torch sometimes. Okay, let's keep going. prior to, just around the same time. So in that 10 to 15, age 10 to 15, well, the ages of 12 to 15, 12 to 15, 12 to 16, I spent in the city of Lone Jack, Missouri. The town of Lone Jack, Missouri. Lone Jack, Missouri. Not far. Same Jackson County. Jackson County. Wikipedia. Wikipedia. That's where I met William Joseph Prettyman. In 1998, I met William Joseph Prettyman in the town of Lone Jack, Missouri. Why do they call it Missouri? Because William Joseph Prettyman lives there. And that's where Satan himself lives. It's part of the Kansas City metropolitan area. It was platted in 1841. Shit goes back, man. Shit goes back to the Civil War. Pre-Civil War. On August 16th, federal troops were defeated by the inwards of the Confederate forces in Lone Jack, the Battle of Lone Jack. They teach you this in high school, in Lone Jack, in elementary school, and really whatever else. Remember that other stuff about so I met him. I met this guy. He's always weird, but a friend. Just a weird friend. You don't think about it. You don't think when you meet somebody who's off a little bit, who's just like, haha, has a unique personality, it doesn't occur to you that they might be a fucking serial killer until they try to kill you. Until they conspire with Freemasons and freaks of nature and try to actually murder you and fail miserably multiple times, poisoning, you name it, multiple attempts of assassination, and they being of the 666 ilk. Again, remember, William Joseph Prettyman completed ritual murders on the dates of numerology 6061506, otherwise known as 666. On the date he murdered Anthony Joseph C. on that date, and reaped the benefits of a life insurance policy. Him, his mother, the mother of the slain victim, and the then girlfriend, Jesse Waltz, all reaped the benefits of the life insurance policy that was paid out as a consequence of him being murdered. Randy Snow, also of Lone Jack, reaped the benefits of the life insurance policy. These are facts. Prove me wrong. Sue me. I don't know what the ritual of 9906, but on 090906, 090906, William Joseph Prettyman murdered also my best friend. Nathaniel Charles Benson, also known as Buddy. You can look all the stuff up. It's true. 100% true. What I don't know is how much of the ritualistic Freemason horseshit was involved in the pairing of myself with the mother of my children, and whether or not there's some significance to that. Because it seems to me, if everything else being what it is, it seems to be the case that William Joseph Prettyman had something to do with setting up the relationship with the mother of my children. Even if it was just happenstance, even if it was beyond his consciousness or ability to conceive, I reunited with what would have been, ended up being, a woman that I used to know, that I slept with several times during a period in my life. But at his behest, he came, he visited me. It was almost like he has been on the fringes of my life. Him and whoever is controlling or whatever has been throughout my life, just there for these particular things. These weird little, and now it's my distance. Now that I'm in the Lone Star State, it's my distance, my physical distance from that arena, that I'm able to put this stuff together and go like, what has been going on? By the way, the child that was born on 11/22/2012, which correlated with let's see. Terrence McKenna gave an initial date for the end of time wave 0, and then he modified that date later to fit the Mayan calendar. What was the original date? What was the original date? McKenna's original Time Wave 0 end date was mid-November 2012. Commonly cited as November 15th. I don't think so. I'm pretty sure that it was November 20th. And that he printed that. It was printed in a book. November 20th is when my child decided to come into the world. And the mother of my children was in labor for 2 days. Let's keep going. Let's keep going, boys. Lone Jack was the site of a Civil War battle, as was Lawrence, Kansas. In both cases, it was a massacre of some sort. Amos Lawrence, an abolitionist. Lawrence was central to the Bleeding Kansas period, the Wakarusa War, and the sacking of Lawrence. During the Civil War, it was also the site of the Lawrence Massacre. Also, a Confederacy, a bunch of Civil War shit, and Confederacy stuff. If you consider the Confederacy like literally like Satan, probably. I think. I don't know. I don't know enough, but there is a residual. The concept of aristocracy was embedded within the concepts of the Southern belle like aristocrats. Holier than thou, that shit, which I hate, it's in their fucking, I don't want to say genes, it's in their memes. It's in the genetic ideology, the genes of their ideologies and their beliefs, is this hierarchical separation thing. I don't know how much that's true for anybody besides the Southern Ball Confederacy plantation owner fucks, but the concept of freedom, free state freedom, that's what wherever you that's the side I'm on. I don't give a fuck. Call me what you want to call me. I'm an independent, human rights, freedom-loving person. That is what I am. It's the rational position to take on all things throughout all of history and throughout all of time. It can only be described as evil, and fucking evil as fuck, to arrogate the sense of holier than thou to yourself as a minion of. It doesn't fucking matter what you're born into, how old your genes are. None of that fucking shit matters. Why? Because a human soul has value as a soul. You can be born at the depths of the fucking pit and rise to the top. There are examples of that throughout history, okay? It is evil as fuck to presuppose your right to hoard wealth and lord power over people. That is by definition satanic. And that's what the freaks that are my enemies are up to, and do constantly and gleefully without fucking ever stopping. Never. They're sick motherfucking out of their gosh darn minds. And they love this shit, but they lost it. They lost. The score, remember the score, overtime, 777 to 666. Satan loses. Go back under the fucking rock, you fucking... Let's move on. Okay. Civil War, Saturn return I talked about. And I'll finish with... So there's two things. I'll finish with so there's two things. If I go back to... Because I'm logged into my Google account. If I go back to... This is fascinating. If I go back to... show... my... the markings on my map, my own personal Google map. Let it load. Oh, did it log me out? Let's give it a second. 1997. Are you with me, 1997? There they are. I don't know where that came from. I think that's an accident, but it's called Liberal, Kansas. Oh, Liberal, Kansas is where, when we lived in Perryton, Texas, down here, we had to travel this distance to get to the nearest Walmart. It was 45 miles away. And it was always a fucking heft. Across the panhandle, no man's land. Anyway... Matt Ross, Community Center. I have a lot of stars here. There's only one heart. It's because that heart is where my elder sister, the only other person who can testify to the facts of these things, the only living human, allegedly, who can testify to the facts of not just her involvement in a conspiracy to commit murder, which she should be able to get amnesty for, or asylum, seek asylum. Independence, that's her address. Sorry, not sorry. What I'm trying to show is where exactly she lives. Allegedly. And why is it important? Ba ba da ba 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 da ba ba. Bingo. Harry S. Truman Presidential Library. The Harry S. Truman Presidential Library. How do you like that? It's beautiful, isn't it? Which number president was Truman? Which? He was the 33rd president of the United States of America. Harry Truman was my sister lives right next to his library. Harry Truman, the 33rd president. Was he a Freemason? Was he a Freemason? Yes. He was a Freemason. The Belton Lodge 450. And received the 33rd degree of the Scottish Rite in 1945. 33rd degree Freemason. 33rd president. What are his accomplishments? What are his accomplishments? Major accomplishments of Harry S. Truman. He authorized the use of atomic bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki in 1945, leading to Japan's surrender. Nagasaki being on the 33rd latitude. Harry Truman, the 33rd president. Independence, Missouri. I don't know how many of these you can do, but I just wrote down, just off the top of my head, the ones that I've gone over. I'm pretty fucking sure there's a lot more, but these are just the ones that are off the top of my head because I wanted to talk about them. I wanted to talk about the guy at on predictive history and the things that he has to talk about. What does he have to talk about? What are the things that he has to say about predicting history? And how much human sacrifice does it involve? How much is it? Do they have a responsibility when something like this happens? When something shows up like this, do they have a responsibility to listen to a messenger? Like, do they have in their sick, child raping, child fucking basement rights these fucking freaks of nature who don't even believe in God? Sick, fucking demented freaks. I got your fucking tattoo, you fucking demented fucking niggers. I got a fucking Freemason tattoo, not knowing what the fuck I was getting into. No idea. All I knew was as above, so below. Just instinct. Like it's built into my spirit, my soul. There's so much shit I don't know. But I would wager that because of our history together, you sick, demented, satanic fucking niggers of our history together, that you might need to stop what you're doing and have a fucking look-see at what I have to say. Maybe. Or maybe I'm just some fucking homeless guy. Maybe I'm just some fucking homeless guy. Maybe. Do I know? I don't know. Do you know? Apparently, there's a lot of things that you could know if you wanted to. There's plenty of things you could know if you actually wanted to. If you weren't so fucking retarded. You twink. Guess what? The point of this song, I'm actually going to show it. I'm going to show it to you. This is a perfect way to end this. The perfect way to end this. Give me a window capture. The audacity of this cover song. Oh, it doesn't show the whole fucking thing, does it? Does it? Bruno Santos. Where I go to push play here? No. It doesn't show you. It's improper. Oh, there's two windows. Weird. That's gay. There it is. I want to show you where this is. Go to right there. And then I push play. Are you ready? Play. Ugh. I can't hear it. What's your fucking problem? What's your fucking problem, bitch? Oh, I know what the problem is. I know. There it is. Let's go back. Let's go back. Let's go back to our favorite spot, and then we can end this fucking hellish nightmare. Okay, 2:22. Are we ready? We can end it. 2:22. Push play.
You have so much